Court is now in session. This case involves Harriet Tubman, the state of Maryland versus Harriet Tubman. Jurors, you have been selected to not only find whether or not Miss Tubman is guilty or innocent, but in essence, you are challenged with the task of deciding whether or not the fugitive slave law is valid. So through these proceedings, I encourage you and I warn you to set aside any personal feelings, listen to the facts, listen to Harriet Tubman herself as she has decided to testify. Make sure you come up with a very unbiased decision, but be known, your decision will influence, could possibly influence, whether or not the fugitive slave law is later abolished from the country's books. So you have a difficult task at hand, jurors. Thank you for accepting the responsibility. Prosecution, are you ready to proceed with your first witness?
Yes, Your Honor. Prosecution calls John Krzyzewski to the stand.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. Can you confirm that the slaves strongly benefited in your production of cotton?
If it wasn't for my slaves, there wouldn't be a production of cotton.
Because I believe that cotton is used for blankets, clothing. I don't think any of the jurors out there would like to be going around naked, would they?
No, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, how would you feel if someone came to your home and stole thousands of dollars worth of cattle? This is property theft and should be treated thusly.
Defense, would you like to cross-examine this witness? No. Not at this time? Very well. Mr. Krzyzewski, you may step down. Mr. Shepler, would you like to call your next witness, please?
Yes, Your Honor. I call President Millie Fillmore to the stand.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes. President Fillmore, is it true that you signed off on and approved of the fugitive slave law? Yes. Do you agree that the political system utilized in your selection into office is fair? Yes. Based on this, and the knowledge that we have that the population of the northern free states exceeds that of the southern slave states, we can come to the consensus that the majority of the North would have voted this man into office as president, accepting his morals and values regarding slavery and other factors of that matter.
Okay. Any more questions for this witness, sir? Defense, would you like to cross-examine this witness, President Fillmore?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. President Fillmore, you may step down. Prosecution?
Yes, Your Honor. I call Miss Harriet Tubman to the stand.
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Miss Tubman, is it true that you admit to breaking the law by stealing tens of thousands of slaves?
Yes.
Okay. How would you feel if somebody came and stole tens of thousands of dollars from your house?
If it was for the right reason, I would do it.
Could you speak up just a little bit louder, Ms. Tubman, so the jury may hear you?
If it was for the right reason, I would do it.
Even in breaking the law?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Defense, would you like to cross-examine Ms. Tubman? Or ask her any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Tubman, you may step down. Prosecution, do you have any more witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay. Defense, you are tasked with calling your first witness.
Your Honor, I call John Clavius to stand.
Do you promise to tell the truth, and nothing but the whole truth? You promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Will you please describe how slavery was in your image?
It was very harsh, and the masters abused me.
How'd your master, Gregory White, treat you?
He abused me every day, and when he came to get me from the north, he threw me in the back of his vehicle, blindfolded.
Do you agree with the fugitive slave law?
No.
How did they illegally take you from slavery?
They picked me up at my place of work, threw me in the back of their vehicle. I had a blindfold on and didn't know where I was going.
Excuse me, sir, but where were you living at the time when you were kidnapped?
North?
In the north. And you were a free man at that time?
Yes, I was born free.
Thank you. Any more questions for this witness, defense?
No, Your Honor.
Prosecution, do you have any questions for this witness to cross-examine?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, please proceed.
Mr. Quaid, are you aware that your situation is well within the law?
No, Your Honor. I was a free slave.
But it is clearly stated in the law that any white man can come to the north and claim any black man as his slave. Well, then it is clear that your situation is within the law, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Do you have any documented proof of your freedom?
I have my birth certificate.
Do you have that with you?
Nope.
Okay, thank you. You may step down, sir. Defense, do you have any more witnesses to call at this time?
Yes, Your Honor. Would I like to call Mr. Shepler from the prosecution team?
Do you promise to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Mr. Shepler, is it true that you're in a safe house and help runaway slaves escape to the north? So in doing this, do you support the fugitive slave law?
Honestly, I do not. But I was hired by the state of Maryland to support the fugitive slave law. It is my job, and I must honor it.
Thank you, Mr. Shepler.
You may step down, Mr. Shepler. Oh, any questions for the from the prosecution? I apologize. None at this time? You may step down, Mr. Shepler. Defense, do you have any more witnesses?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, then you rest. All right, jurors. At this time, you will be tasked with rendering a verdict of guilt or innocence towards Miss Tubman. But again, may I remind you, jurors, that not only are you with this task, but you are also tasked with the knowledge, and you are fully aware that whatever verdict you render to this woman may very well influence our future laws, especially that one known as the fugitive slave law. Jurors, you are dismissed at this time. Deliberate.